Fame is not something that everyone can get into. Only the best can have their names placed on the imaginary flags that fill the inexistent but exclusive World Hall of Fame. So it seems only fitting that Dan Hampton, a man who is an ex-Army Ranger, a colonel in the United States Army, and a man who gives to those in need and supports those who he loves in hard times, deserves a prestigious spot in the World Hall of Fame. Dan Hampton is my uncle, and I have always greatly looked up to him. He is tough when around his troops, but fun and loving when around his family and friends. He fights when he has to, but gives to those in need on his spare time. I nominate my uncle, Dan Hampton, because he's a great person and he is my role model. Dan Hampton was born in 1962 in Pennsylvania. After going to high school, he attended Wake Forest University, where he studied history and took part in the Officer Training Corps. After being promoted to the rank of officer in the Army, he commanded a group of Army Rangers. To those who don't know, the Army Rangers are an elite group of soldiers who are selected from the best of the best. After some time working in Zimbabwe and Germany, he came back to America, where he worked as a defense intelligence analyst in the Pentagon. He worked in this job until he was appointed by the Chief of Staff of the Army, General George Casey, as his personal aide-de-camp. An aide-de-camp is like a right-hand man or an assistant. After working as aide-de-camp for a few years, he went to Afghanistan, where he formed his own team called the Afghan Regional Support Team South. Currently, he is preparing to leave for South Africa, where he will be the defense ambassador. My Uncle Dan may be a hardcore military man, but when around family and friends, he opens up and shows his true self. He's the man who cracks puns that are only rarely funny, but still make everyone laugh because of his constant optimistic attitude. On several occasions, he has cheered me up, either by joking around with me or by showing me some of his medals that he won, because he knew I was always interested in them. This is not to say, though, that Dan Hampton only opens up around his closest relatives. While in Zimbabwe, he saw an orphanage and saw how little the kids had. He wanted to donate there. But while this sounds easy, it really isn't. In Zimbabwe, the courier system is so corrupt that the couriers often steal the goods they're supposed to deliver. Dan Hampton knew of this corruption, but he wanted to donate so much that he'd find a way to bypass it by gathering everything that he wanted to give himself, going to the orphanage himself, and giving everything to the kids personally. Over the course of his career, Dan Hampton has done remarkable things, so it's only fitting that he would receive a lot of medals. Some of these medals include marksman medals, weapon proficiency medals, and medals for effectiveness on assignments. This is a medal that he was awarded in Germany. This is his rank insignia from when he was lieutenant colonel. And these are various awards, but this one is the third highest award that you could be awarded in the entire military. Along with material awards, Dan Hampton has been awarded with promotions to new ranks. Sometimes rank promotions can be the best promotions because with new promotions comes new options in life. Dan Hampton's steady stream of promotions shows his dedication to America, his job, and to his family life. Over the course of his military career, Dan Hampton has done the remarkable, and yet still remains a simple person. He has done things we are not even allowed to know about, and yet he remains an honest, open man. Dan Hampton fights and works diligently, and yet he always finds time to give to those in need. This is why I nominate Dan Hampton for the World Hall of Fame. He is an amazing person, and I feel as though his name would fit perfectly among the inexistent ranks of the World Hall of Fame.